What is up guys, it is Simba here and welcome back to another SLR video on the channel, and today we are going to Zandvoort for round 12 of the season here in the Netherlands. And here are the standings from the last race if you haven't seen them already. We didn't score in Belgium and we have dropped to P9 in the Drivers' Championship, and we're looking to get back in the points after potentially fighting for a race win. It did not end well, so get yourself subscribed. We're going to try and do a little bit better. We're going to try and get back into the points paying positions here today, and I'm feeling good about this one. This race was done nearly 2 weeks ago, I think. Nearly 2 weeks ago, just over a week ago. I can't really remember, but it's been a while, so it's been quite a gap between the videos. But the main thing is, we are coming out of a DNF in Belgium. We got taken out twice in the space of 30 seconds, which basically ended our race. And we're looking to bounce back and get back to where we're supposed to be, and that is fighting for points, as we are finishing off our second lap after making an error on the first one, and we go into the top 3.
Solid. What was it?
Hello 3. And you can hear me quite happy with the lap, as I was talking to my teammate SLR Medal, asking what it was, and it was a low point 3. We do have some time to find. You can see we've dropped down to P5, and we're getting ready to improve for the last lap of qualifying with just over a minute to go. DRS wide open, and now you want to spot the 50-meter board at turn 1, Tarzan corner. Third gear, make sure you get as early as you can on the throttle on the exit, and we have gained some time through the first corner, through turns 2 and 3. Just want to send it through these corners, and you want to make sure you keep it nice and tight through turn 3, and again, early as you can on the throttle on the exit. And we have nailed the first sector, nearly a 10th up, and as we come through the sector split, it is a low 0.8, a personal best first sector, and we almost threw it away there as we go a little bit wide through that fast right-hander. We nailed this one though, but this one is going to be difficult. It's a bit of a guessing game. The meter board isn't there. We have a moment on the exit, and that's cost us the delta that we gained in the first sector. And again, through this left-hander, we have another moment, and now we're slightly down on the delta through this final chicane, and again another banked corner here. Again, you want to keep it nice and tight, and again you want to keep it early on the throttle, and we're only 300 up, so that middle sector has really hurt us here. As we go through the last corner, we're only 200 up, barely that. As we cross the line, it is going to be a 0.2.
Okay, middle sector let me down.
And you can hear my reaction to that. The middle sector just let us down completely, and we will have to settle for P5. Drastic Blaze got ahead of us again. He's really pulling his weight over one lap, but I got my timings a bit wrong. I was planning to do 3 runs, but we ended up only doing 2 instead, so a bit of a miscalculation on my part, but we're still in a strong position to get some decent points in the race. So let's get into it.
It's your moment. Yeah, exactly. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day and all of that.
So, here we go then, time for the race, the Dutch Grand Prix. 36 laps ahead of us. You can hear Darren joking with Roller, as in Roller's looking to end his pointless streak of races. But for us, we're looking to get back to the main points paying positions, and we've got 5 red lights in front of us, and we are underway here in Zandvoort, and the second phase is really good. Crispy looks a bit slow off the line. I'm looking to go down to the inside for turn 1, but this really costs us dearly. There's contact between the Williams and the AlphaTauri. Evo squeezes through round the outside, and again, look at this, we're going to get boxed in again through the banking section of turn 3, and we've lost out massively.
What the hell? Okay.
How was... Mate, I got shafted by Crispy and Blaze off the line, man.
What are these people doing?
Meanwhile, Sparks has had a bit of an issue at the start. Kiki and Riggsy made contact, and unfortunately for Sparks, he got caught in it, and he's down the order. But for us, it's a really poor start off the line. We shouldn't have gone to the inside for turn 1, and by the time we get to lap 4 of this race, well, lap 3, DRS has been enabled, and now the problem is, we've got Race Roller in front of us, and he's already lost the DRS to the top 5 cars in front. So, yeah, this is not going to be an easy race. I felt I was getting quite a bit held up, but unfortunately, we've lost out at the start, and we're paying the price for it already in the opening laps of the race, as now we just have to get past the Mercedes car, and that's exactly what we do up the inside, going into turn 1, nice and easy, and we're up into P6, and I was feeling that we could go off and catch the Ferrari in front of us and get back in the train and maybe think about getting a top 5 in this race. As you can see in the background, Ham and Roller having a massive tussle through turn 1, so that's given us a bit of breathing room as well. But yeah, very frustrating opening few laps to the race, and I'm not going to lie to you, nothing happens. We don't catch up to the cars in front. Instead, we're going to be looking backwards instead of forwards.
We're going to have to work together with Ham. I can't do shit with no DRS, man.
So we skipped to lap 7, and you can see Ham passing us and demoting us to P7, and we have to work together with him to get the DRS back, but Ham's pace was unreal, and he just took off.
Because
and we skip all the way to lap 18.
Didn't give me DRS when
Nothing happened. Our pace is just not there, which is really strange because we were feeling pretty good in practice, but now we've reached the pit stop phase. I can tell you SLR Jam has gone for a massive undercut, so now we're just going to box to cover ourselves from anyone else trying to undercut us. SLR Corey has followed us in, crucially as well. He did have a great qualifying. His pace wasn't as quick, lightning quick as usual, as we're going to fit on the medium tyres. To get to the end of the race, we should be able to do it quite easily. And speaking of Jam, here he goes. He set the fastest lap, and there he goes. There's the Aston Martin going through Tarzan corner, and he's comfortably ahead of us, and we're not in the DRS. But the main thing is, we are ahead of Corey still, and we're ahead of Snipes.
Yep. He's undercut me, but I'm still ahead of Snipes.
And at this point, that is the main thing. We are genuinely racing Snipes, who had a really poor qualifying. Qualifying down in P14. But the championship leader will get away with this because only one of his rivals will be outscoring him today, and that will be SLR Ham, who's looking to push for a podium place. And for us, we've made some decent progress. We've got into the DRS range of the Aston Martin, who's probably feeling his tyres going off by now. But Snipes is on the back of us. We squeeze into the wall, though. We have to give him space, and he gets the move done going into turn 1, and we can't do anything.
Just can't do anything, man.
And you can hear my frustration kicking in as we've lost more ground in this race.
Okay, Finley. Alright, mate.
What's he done?
Fucking retards.
Oh, not again.
Yeah, don't worry, mate. Just fucking overtake somebody and then just turn onto the curb and then just swipe to the right.
And it's not getting any better for my teammate. Medals had a collision with AERT Finley. So that's ended my teammate's chances of getting any points today.
What was the point draining your battery to pass me just to make a mistake in the middle sector?
And as you can see in the background, Snipes made a mistake and we just repassed him. So yeah, Snipes made that overtake for absolutely no reason, and we just cost us time to the Aston Martin. But for my teammate, it's really frustrating, and that sums up our season so far. One car's fighting for the points and the other one can't catch a bloody break. And it's so frustrating, as we're both pretty good drivers on our day and we could definitely get some points, double points consistently, but it's just not happening for us. But meanwhile, back with the action, we're going down the inside of Jam again into turn 1. This time we don't try and pass him once again because we're trying to protect ourselves from Sora, who's just passed Snipes. So this is getting quite interesting because this race, not much happened in it. So these last 8-9 laps, I hope you enjoy them, because now we're going to try and make the move on the Aston Martin again. His red light is flashing, which means he has less than 10% ERS, and now we're going to try and make sure we get this move locked in this time. Down the inside, into Tarzan corner. There is a bit of contact with the side pod, so we give it a bit of a squeeze to lock in the position, and we're up into P7, but the Aston Martin has gone missing. Scora's actually hit the back of him, and Jam is facing the wrong way.
I don't think I took him out. If someone can watch that back, that'll be smashing. Green flag. I'm pretty sure, I'm 90% sure I was ahead of him going into that corner.
And you can hear me being quite confused on what happened to Jam, because I thought I pushed him off the track or something, but it turned out that Sora hit Jam, and I was pretty confused because I tried to be clean on this channel in terms of racing. So yeah, it wasn't our fault. Sora hit the back of him. But now, speaking of the Red Bull, it's opened up the opportunity for him to pass us because we won't have DRS.
Whoa. Okay, mate.
And he's pitting. Well, there goes the fun.
Okay, mate. Just dive bomb me at turn 1. Sounds
So Sora's overtake on us was quite easy, and Snipes tried to dive us as well.
I
We
was
had to
gonna
take a
hit
void in action
Snipes.
through Tarzan corner. If we didn't
Oh,
do that,
right.
he was going to hit us. And we
Shot.
somehow stay ahead of the Alfa Romeo,
Thing is, he's still
who
gonna
thinks he
kill
can
me.
just dive bomb his way past
Sorry,
us.
down
So we're not letting that happen. We're going to stand firm
What is he
and
doing
keep
down
P8
here?
for now. But
Stuck
yeah,
behind.
this is going to go right down to the end of the race. We're going to skip to the penultimate lap. There was a virtual safety car. I couldn't be asked editing it in because it basically tells us nothing. The only thing I can say is that Drastic Blaze spun on the restart, and he's down into P5, and he was running for a podium. So Drastic Blaze, really another mistake from him, but I'm sure he'll keep on going. He seems to be pretty quick, but for now, we have P6 on the cards. I can't remember who gave us the position, but it's another position nonetheless. As we move on to the last lap, we're going to try and go round the outside this time into Tarzan corner. There's contact between us and the Red Bull, and we lose the rear a bit.
Brake port then, mate. No worries. This dickhead, man.
And you can hear me getting a little bit annoyed with Sora. Sora has pretty much shown himself to be pretty aggressive in terms of making moves on this game, but I don't think he did anything wrong there. That's just me crying about something that, you know, I didn't really hit the brakes hard enough, or late enough really, to be fully alongside Sora there. So Sora, aggressive defending, but nothing wrong. We don't have damage, so we can still try and get this place back for P6 on track.
Yes! Yes! Oh, fucking hell, I'm happy now. That's doing me.
Meanwhile, my teammate sets the fastest
Good on
lap
you.
on the last lap, and he seems
Good
pretty
shot,
happy
mate.
about it, despite being in 16th place. But for us, we have to keep going. We're going to see if we can try and force Sora into a mistake as Midzi wins the Dutch Grand Prix. We're going to try and get P6 on the line here like we did in the last video, but unfortunately for us, we're just not close enough on this occasion, and Sora hangs on, and we have to settle for P7.
That was a tough one out here, Chief. Not more. Oh, not much else to be said.
And you can hear me almost trip over myself, trying to say there's not much more to say. It was just a tough race. I'm not sure what happened. This one's a weird one because the pace felt really good in practice, but it just didn't match up in the race at all. And we finished P7, 15 seconds off the race winner. This is a weird one, I'm not going to lie, because normally we have to pace to challenge for a top 5 or a top 4, but yeah, this one just wasn't meant to be. We lost out on the start, and we never really recovered from it. But we do get P6 because of Sora's 5-second penalty. So we still got a P6 out of it. Ads went from 19th to 7th, which is a very great effort from him. But yeah, this one was a weird one. The pace just wasn't really there. We didn't really maximize qualifying as well. That kind of let us down. But yeah, sorry this one wasn't a classic, guys. We're going to try and bounce back in the next one, which is going to be Monza. So I hope you stay tuned for that one. And until then, take care. And as always, I'll see all of you in the next one.